Welcome everybody, this is Chris Dwayne from ChrisDwayneSilverShieldCoins.com. Every week I release 2 new mini mintages. This week I want to talk specifically about Stack or Starve. This is a first AI design that I've used where I got Grok to design this coin off of the idea of Stack or Starve. So it's this kind of cool little design that's been out there for the last week, since last Thursday, and only has 48 hours left on the website. But I want to use that as a tool for people to challenge themselves to go out and buy Stack or Starve for all the people that you know. I trying to prep silver stackers for a time where we're going to live in an age where all illusions of wealth are going to collapse all at the same time, and silver is going to sell out and become unobtainium overnight. It's going to be the largest power pole shift. It's not going to be like a typical bull market where, it's up percentages and stuff like that. We're talking a void collapse of all digital illusions of wealth at the exact same time that silver sells out and becomes unobtainium. And when that happens, those people who were wise enough to stack silver are going to be seen as the wealthy and wise new nobility of Earth. This international commonality of owning Silver Shield will be the common factor of all these kings, that people will collect and store Silver Shield longer than all the other silver that they have out there. I constantly kind of trash the boring bullion, government bullion that comes out there, and that I can't believe that all silver stackers are stacking government silver when the governments are the ones that are creating this mess and destroying the dollar and the loonie and stuff like that, and people are buying from the government mints, when Silver Shield's been out here for 14 years pounding the table about the debt and death paradigm coming to an end, and how silver is going to be the universal transference of wealth from one paradigm to the other. Unlike anything else, there's not even going to be a close second place, because even gold, I've constantly talked about how it's overvalued relative to silver at a 67 gold to silver ratio that we're at right now. It would take 67 ounces of silver to buy 1 ounce of gold. I think it's going to go down to a 1-to-1 gold to silver ratio, and that will just be the beginning. I think that silver at that point will have made such a huge leap in a relative value over gold at the exact same time that the global generational debt-based fiat Ponzi collapse happens, that people will see silver as a spiritual weapon, a spiritual gift, a spiritual jubilee, a spiritual and an amazing metal to be held. That's why I think silver is going to go up that much, that people are going to view it as like a holy relic of a time when the whole world was drunk on digital illusions of wealth. That Silver Shield spent 14 years preparing people and having them stack on a consistent basis when nobody was talking about silver. While all these other powers got ballooned up, I think over the last 14 years, how much energy and media Elon Musk has gotten, Trump has gotten, Joe Rogan has gotten, Bitcoin has gotten, all these things that have ballooned up into becoming much larger powers, all got free airtime and they got out there. Meanwhile, my Silver Shield story has been suppressed into obscurity, where I'm back here after 14 years trying to restart a whole nother YouTube channel with only 1,000 subscribers when I had 173,000 subscribers on The Greatest Truth Never Told. My hope is that I do enough good work here that Google will go back and give me back the Greatest Truth Never Told. And that would waken up, millions of people to all the work that I did over those years. I mean, 4,000 videos over a 10-year period and 173,000 subscribers is not insignificant. But here I am back here. I'm very happy of the response that I've gotten. I have had a lot of people who are like, where have you been? We missed you. I tried to find you, couldn't find you. I've had a rough couple of years in my personal life, but I'm now in a much better place to come out and be a champion for silver that I think is at the turn of the tide. I mean, this year alone, silver's up 100% since the beginning of the year. And I just looked at all the cryptocurrencies. The cryptocurrencies are down anywhere from like 18% with Bitcoin to like 84% with Trump's meme coin. And I think that's a big turning point, and I think 2026 is going to be even more of a magnifier because silver made 100% gains with no media. The CNBC doesn't talk about it. Bloomberg, even on X, where I spend a lot of my time, it's all about Bitcoin and all the Bitcoin memes and charts and all this stuff, and it's all blown over. It's all coming to an end. I think the biggest reason why is because Bitcoin was created by the United States government. The greatest value of Bitcoin is not in its ability of transferring wealth around the world. It is the fact that it can be used as a monetary bioweapon to track, trace, trap, and tax all criminality in ways that they could never do with cash. The United States government created Bitcoin as an NSA monetary bioweapon to track and trace all the criminality. And the greatest value of Bitcoin is going to be not in the currency, in the cryptocurrency itself, but in the fact that it can be used as a criminal tool to track international money laundering behind all the criminality out there, the drug trade, the sex trade, who knows what other nastiness goes on, but it can all be seen on a blockchain open ledger, and they have programs that can map all this criminality and money movement throughout the world. And I think that when the governments become bankrupt from these markets collapsing, that they're going to use cryptocurrencies as a way of tracking and tracing, international money laundering, that this is inevitable with cryptocurrencies. And that would lead to civil asset forfeiture, meaning that it would cost more in criminal liability to be a part of this crypto system than your investment in crypto. I think cryptos are a dangerous place to be right now. Another place where I think is not dangerous, but maybe a bigger distraction, is the silver mining stocks. I just saw a post from SRS Rocco talking about how silver miners somehow have lost money, even though silver's gone up to 62%. Silver miners, to me, are another digital illusion of wealth, another distraction from physical silver. I think when the price we've already seen silver go up 100%, so I don't know how much more these miners are going to need to be profitable. But it just shows that when times are good with silver miners are not going to return the investment that people think that they're going to turn with leveraged bets on the amount of silver that comes out of the ground, because silver miners are going to be subject to taxation, regulation, strikes, coups, and even nationalizations. And there's no safe jurisdiction. Like, where would you feel safe? With Mexico or Canada or Bolivia or Peru or I don't know. There's not one government out there that I would trust with a silver mine. And I encourage people to get into physical silver. If you're looking for a little leverage in silver, get Silver Shield. Buy them on a weekly basis and watch them go up on eBay. I've seen a bunch of go through. We just had two coins go for $500 an ounce back when we have $63 an ounce spot. Silver Shield is progressively earning more and more fiat because of its rarity, and the international collectors are forced to go onto eBay to complete their collections. So it's definitely something to watch, but I really want people to get involved with this particular one called Stack or Starve, and use that as a way of reaching out to people. Give them silver now, get them addicted now, get them feeling real silver. That's the problem. Most people haven't even felt what real money is, and I think the caring act of giving them a coin that so dramatically says Stack or Starve will show that silver is going to be the only way out of this collapse. I think that the currencies are going to collapse, the markets are going to collapse, the bonds are going to collapse, the cryptos are going to collapse, the derivatives, the real estate market, everything is going to collapse all at the same time. And it's going to be at the exact same time that silver comes out and sells out globally. I think what we're going to have is force majeure on the triple default markets of the LBMA, COMEX, and the Shanghai, all at the same time, where paper traders are suddenly going to stand for delivery and to find out that only a fraction of the claims actually have physical silver underneath it. And that's going to lead to a global challenge between the United States and the CCP on who gets the last ounces of physical silver out on the market for fiat. This is going to be the biggest event ever in human history, and it's a one-way ticket. You're either in physical silver and prepared now, or you're going to be too late. And I'd rather have been 14 years too late to this call to get people out there to stack, because I know that I've made impressions and generational wealth with people in ways that will never be equaled in terms of return when silver becomes unobtainium. Like, if you like me now, after silver's been up 100% just this year, you're going to really love me when it becomes unobtainium and I make all of you guys into kings and queens forever. That the silver wealth will be the only way to transfer wealth from one king to another. And that this is going to be the single largest event in human history. The freeing of all humanity with a hyperinflated silver jubilee, making silver worth trillions of dollars just to hyperinflate it all in one day. It doesn't have to take weeks and months like it did in Weimar Germany or in Venezuela or Zimbabwe. This is going to be a global void collapse all at once, where all the markets are going to collapse all at the same time. And I think silver is going to be the main trigger for it, because it's going to be the only one that's going to go up when everything else goes down. So if you're interested in supporting this and becoming a part of it, go to Chris Dwayne, silvershieldcoins.com. Every Thursday at noon, I release 2 new mini mintages. This week we have Stack or Starve, which is available to the public. And the other one I should really talk about is World War III is Spiritual. This is another design that basically, came to me where trying to figure out where this all is going. And it looks like they want to have the United States and China go into a war together, and that's not going to happen. So I think that this is a spiritual warfare that's happening with physical silver, and it's the only means of defeating the gold men of all the debt and death that they have out there. So if you're interested in these 2 coins, the other one you have to join as the Silver Shield Group member. It's only $7 a month, but it gives you access to the Silver Shield Group coins. That's really for the ones that are really into the stacking. I believe that the Silver Shield Group is going to become this unique entity out there on the other side, because you have to think all these guys have been stacking physical silver for 14 years. There's there's many people out there like me who have invested a whole bunch into Silver Shield, and it's on the other side, when this becomes unobtainium silver, when it's more than all the other assets out there. This Silver Shield group, is going to be a unique entity out there that I think is going to be wise and wealthy beyond all other people out there. I would picture them like being like Jedis, that everywhere they would go, they would carry their silver shield with them and show people and talk to them about how silver, has changed their lives. And on the other side, I think silver is going to be a spiritual thing. A lot of spiritual wealth is going to be transferred through Silver Shield, not the monetary, not the industrial or the investment demand of silver, but it's going to be the spiritual investment of silver, because silver is going to be the only way of destroying the banksters' debt and death paradigm. So if you're interested in seeing all this go down, go to Chris Dwayne, silvershieldcoins.com. Thank you.